What's happening with you beautiful, beautiful people? It's a transfer special for the PSL. That's right, Kruger United are in the PSL. We are rebuilding the squad. A lot of players are leaving. A lot of players are coming in, hopefully. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below of what we do in this episode today. Get into the game. And we're on the game in as it looks. This is how we're lining up so far this season. These are the players that have decided to stay. And this is the map of the first team that I have in mind. So Matosevic has got a work permit. He spent on loan in Egypt last season, or in Israel rather, with Hapoel Tel Aviv. Had a very good little run there. I'm quite happy with that. 31, 42 conceded, 3 clean sheets. Hoping he's going to be our first team goalkeeper for the long term. Definitely not on the loan list anymore. We need to change that. And then he is going to be our first choice goalkeeper. Carlser will be our second choice goalkeeper coming into the games. Vuvuzela, Malaiki, and Hobo all staying in the first team. I like all 3 of them. They are very, very good players. And then our wingback Zulu is he's the weak link in this one. So if I can find a good left back to replace him, we will definitely do that. In terms of centre backs, I mean, if I can replace one of them, I will. If I can get someone better than Malaiki, obviously we will take him in as well as the right back. All 3 positions pretty much guaranteed. On the right-hand side of the midfield, Null is leaving, doesn't want to renew his contract. Neither does Adonis, which means we're definitely going to need a centre mid. In fact, we're going to need 3 centre mids to have backup options, because we do have Nkosi who can play there, but I think there are better options out in the world. So if the world where we don't get a better option, Nkosi Wolf in there, Beliso will definitely be in the starting lineup, looking for a backup for him. Up front, Ngema on the left-hand side is staying. On the right-hand side, both Mokoena and Nsone both have decided they don't want to renew contracts, so they will both be leaving, unfortunately. And hopefully we can get some good money for Mokoena, who was probably one of our best players last season. So definitely want to keep him into the squad as much as possible. And then up, we're going to use Chabalala as a backup option, because, I mean, he's still 16 years old. I think a step up to the Premier League might be a little bit lower for him. So we're definitely going to be looking for someone to replace him in the attacking midfield, because, like I said, Null is leaving, and so is Adonis. Left back, left mid, we're going to use Kekostile as the backup option on that left-hand side. He is capable enough, and I think he can make the step up. And then up front, we're looking for a new striker. Although I'll say we actually have signed a new striker, a new old familiar face. We'll talk about it in a bit. Mongozulu will be our backup option. Not really a striker, more than attacking midfielder. So if I do find another one that we can bring in, we'll definitely keep it. All these guys, bottom here, from Zulu, Mangiani, Zwane, Manyoni, Kroetz, Nsone, Adonis, Nal, Mokoena, and Nonyane all will be leaving the club at the end of the season. So we've got a lot of signings to do. We literally need to make what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, probably about 14 signings this season. Not much in the developments that we can bring up. A lot of the guys are just 16 or 17, and I kind of want to get a good enough bulk squad of younger players, maybe around 23, 24, around that age, to really build the squad around. But these are the guys, the core guys that we are keeping in the squad. So let's talk about that one transfer that we do have coming in. Like I said, it is Carlo Metokovic, the striker. We bought him for the Bees. Had a very good season for the Bees. 27 played, 13 goals, 4 assists, and a man of the match, playing in the lower league. So definitely a type of striker that we can bring in and really bolster up the striking ability. But again, if we find someone new in those positions, who's better, we'll definitely use them. I just like the looks of this guy. He's just that good. I liked him when I was signing for the Bees. I like him now, and that does fill up 2 of our 5 foreign spots that we have. But obviously, Matosevic, our goalkeeper, the big Serb at the back there, he's definitely going to be the man that we are going to be looking at and helping the squad really reach that next level where we need him to be. There's also Croatian, actually. Oh, 2 Croats then. One was a Serb. One of them was a Serb, wasn't it? This was a Croatian. No. One was a Serb. Anyway, 2 Croatians coming in, hopefully can do the business. We've set out our recruitment focuses. We've set out everybody that we need to set out for. We'll be back probably on the 1st of July with maybe some signings, and then we can talk about who's left the club and then what we can do. Right, guys, so we are back, and we've made some, or we potentially made some bids on some players. We'll talk about 3 of the bids we're going to make, 2 that we're going to make with you guys right now. First one is Ivan Ikaya-Dimi. Can play on the left, can play on the right, can play in the middle, can play as a striker. I like the looks of this guy. He is from the Congo, a good player. We're spending a big amount of chunks on him in terms of wages. So you can check out the contract wage? No, we can't. All right, but it's a lot of money. It's about 36,000. I'm still not 100% sure I want to sign him. The thing is, though, he's very weak on the right foot, and we don't play with inside forwards, so that doesn't help that he's on the left-hand side. That is one of the options coming in. He's a very good player. The second one that I do like the looks of is a left back in Neo Ramashala over here. This man looks very, very, very good. We're spending some big money on him as well. I think no, that's the wrong button. I wanted to click on bid, not on wanted. No, it doesn't have our bid here that we made for him, but we have made an offer for him. Can't remember how much it was. And then the last one is Raimundo Aruza, a striker, Peruvian, the Panamanian striker. He's just very, very good. And at this level, I think he could be absolutely fantastic on that right-hand side, playing up front. And I'll talk about why we say on the right-hand side. The other 2 options are 2 midfielders. One is Mapenu Seletu, who is very, very good. Only thing is he plays in the same position as Beliso. So if we do sign him, I think he's probably going to be starting ahead of Beliso, which, I mean, ideally I don't like that I'm going to be starting ahead of him, but he is probably the better of the 2 players in the positions where it matters. First touch finishing, his passing is a lot better, technique is a lot better, his determination, decisions, and flair do help there. Physicals wise is where he lacks a little bit, especially in the balance, strength, and stamina situation. So he is an option, and I'm going to make the bid on him because we can use that as a player. And I think he wants to be a star player. We'll take that out. We'll keep him as a star player. That's fine. 18,000. That's a lot. That's a lot less than I was thinking. That is brilliant. You know, we'll give him 18. We can have those appearance fees. That is perfect. And the other one that I like for the other side of the midfield is Yaka Krever. Yeah, this man, I mean, besides the tackling of 8, everything else is exactly what you want for a channel midfielder, an advanced playmaker, a midfield playmaker. There he is. I mean, he's everything that you want to have in a player, except for the stamina part, but that we can work on. 22 years of age, Yaka Krever. We'll make that offer for him. How much does he want? He doesn't want to enter our negotiation. Okay, well, we'll keep him on the yes side. We do have a possibility of some other players that we have had a look at that could potentially be other options if those ones don't go through. We'll talk about the midfield ones. We've got Tristan Brandt here, who I do like the looks of. Not really as good as Kravar, but I think it could be a very good little asset to have if need be. The other sentiment that I was looking at is Joshua Wood over here, who looks like he could be on par with Kravar in terms of his positions and stuff. Came from Lurma Lions, was released on a free transfer when they got relegated. And then another player that I was looking at, umming and ahhing, was KG Madiba. Yeah, now the reason he's a very good player, and we do need an attacking midfielder, but I've toyed with the idea of not having an attacking midfielder this next season and maybe going for a 2-striker system. So playing a 4-2-4 formation. When we're in position, that's what it looks like. Out of position, we keep the shape, just drop the DMs. I kind of like the looks of this a little bit better. And I think it will help the squad a little bit more in that terms. We're also going to play with half fullbacks rather than full fullbacks. And that means they just hold their lines a little bit better and they don't drop it. They don't stay up as much with the wing backs in possession. The rest is pretty much going to stay the same. The goalkeeper position is going to become just a normal goalkeeper position. We're not doing the sweeper ball playing goalkeeper anymore. Just caused too much problems with Colser in that position. But everything else is pretty much the same. And then the wingers are going to be just tracking when the wingers, so they'll be just dropping stay in there. Don't congest the midfield too much like that. So that's where we're at the moment. You can see all the players have left the squad. We are offering out Mokwane, Barocca and Siswile FC are interested in him. So he is going to go. He doesn't want to stay at the club. And frankly, I don't want someone who doesn't want to stay at the club. The change in formation does mean that Chabalala will be looking at becoming a striker for us, possibly a fourth string striker at this point. But again, I kind of want to try and send him out on loan to develop as a striker rather than as an attacking midfielder or winger. I think he could do the job if need be. So yeah, we're probably going to be looking at another striker in there as well. So we've got Matikovic, he's joined the club officially. So if we can get in the Panmanian guy, he will come in there, and then maybe another striker in there. And with that being said, we do have another striker on the shortlist that I'm looking at and probably going to sign. He is worth R1 million though, and I think this guy, Laturum Jarila, could be that type of player that we want. The only issue I have with him is his pace. And as a channel forward, you kind of need the pace to really be up there in the stamina. And that is one of the reasons. He is 19 years old. He is wanted by Man 62. He's asked to leave. I kind of like the looks of him, but I'm just holding back a little bit in case we find a better striker option out there. And then the other player that we talk about is Neo Eto Zanganga here, a left back option. If the other guy doesn't want to come to us, this is the man we're going to go for. A good backup option in that option in terms of signing him. He will definitely be a first team player in the team. He's got the pace, he's got the acceleration, he's got the crossing ability as a wing back, what we definitely need when in possession. Out of position, he's got the attributes to be a good holding fullback as well. Right, we'll be back with some more news when we get more news. Right, guys, we are back. We're on the screen for now because the Raymond Arzara's match is, if this goes through, it's only coming next year. I think he's coming in January. His contract only expires in January. So we're going to need another striker for until then. The Jan Dini one, I'm probably going to cancel because it's going to cost way too much money in terms of wage budget. And then we have pretty much lost any chance of signing Kravar. Under the possibilities, we've made a bid. We were going to make a bid for Brunt, but I decided against Brunt for that one. But we have made some other signings, which we're going to talk about right now when we go to transfer history. So we've signed a few more players coming in for this season. The season tickover hasn't happened just yet, but we've made a couple of signings. We'll talk about them. Neo Ramachala has joined the squad as a left back. He will join us permanently in the squad on the left back side. We then have Joshua Wood here, who's coming in to be in the center of the midfield. He is the type of player that we really, really want. And then we've got also Seletu, who's come in. He's going to play back up to Billy. So for the start of the season, we're training him to play as a DM, to play on that side as well. And then the last one, a right winger in Lesedi Morta, coming from Uppington. This one we didn't talk about, but I like the look of him. I decided to pounce on it as soon as I could. He's a very, very good winger on that right-hand side, and exactly the type of player that tracks back like we need him. And I do like the looks of Lesedi Morta. Yeah, I think he's a very, very good player. We bought him from Uppington. And then in other news, Nero Mokoena has been sold to Sewilele FC, the formerly known as Supersport United. He's gone off there. And I think in terms of comparison to him and Morta, because obviously Morta is the one that's replaced him, you can see that Mokoena is a bit of a better player than Morta, but I think Morta has a little bit more in the tank to offer, especially in that position, considering his natural fitness of 16. I think he can, get that pace up, and get, if he works hard, he could definitely be our starting player. With that being said, we're looking at the squad now. We are looking very much a full squad at the moment. Of course, we're still looking for that extra striker that we have there, and then a couple of players in the defense, the right back, centre backs, options that we're looking for. We need another midfielder to play as the understudy to Wood, and then a backup on that right-hand side, the backup on the striker side and right-hand side as well. We're going to need those guys. We do have Nkosi who's the backup to Wood, I think, in long terms, but I kind of want someone else to be there as well. As it stands, I'll probably play Manguzulu up front as something like that, the two of them, with Chabalala being the understudy. But obviously, if we can get someone else to be there, ideally a left-footed striker would actually be even better, and you can play in that position. And then maybe one or two other signings. So, I mean, still July. We have August to get into. There is a few guys on my shortlist that I've been looking at as possible signings in terms of the striker position, with Madiba being one of the options. I like the looks of Khomotso Madiba. Can play on the left and the right. I do like the looks of him. You know what? As a backup guy, I think he could be very, very good. Let's see if he wants to come. He wants to be a French player, which is perfect. 13,000, that's perfect. An extension of the 10 games. We can give him that 12-month contract. We can sign him. That'll be a great little signing. He's the one that I was desperately looking at. This guy was more of an attacking midfielder option, but he is on there as well. And then the other one is KG Madiba, who's also someone we've looked at, but I just don't see being a full-out striker. Of course, Jarija, we tried to make an offer for him. He rejected us. You can make another offer. Will they take it? Make an offer. I'll give you $1 million. We have 75. Let's make $1 million offer. We'll see. I'm not going to suggest that we're just going to go straight up $1 million. Let's see if they reject or accept. Because if we can get him in, that would be an amazing signing to play alongside our Croat up front, the Kosovian, that guy. Yeah. And then just in terms of other guys, Steve Palmer, a nice little backup option. He's an option there. I'm still in two minds about him. The same with Mazobe. Between the two of them are the two backup right backs that I found. ZK May is a potential left back that I had a look at if Zulu does decide to leave, because he is coming and arguing that he wants first team football. This guy just signed for Black Stars, so we can't look at him anymore. I'm actually going to remove him from the shortlist. And then in terms of backup centre mids, Tati was an option as well, but again, he's more of an attacking midfielder, so I don't know if he's going to be that 100% option there. And then Malepe as an option on the right, maybe bring him on loan into the club as a backup to Morta. I think the two of them could actually be very, very good in rotating that option. You know what? Let's make how much do they want for the loan? I mean, he's got a release clause of 610. 11,000 is what we'd have to pay for him for loan. When he plays an attacking midfielder, that's pretty much where he'd play. You know what? Let's make that offer for the loan. Let's make that offer. Let's see what happens. Right, we'll be back with some more transfer news in just a bit. We still have the Dini one. I said I'm going to count. I'm not going to actually cancel that one. I'm not going to get Dini. I've decided. Aruza's, I'm still waiting to him what happens, and then these four, we'll see what happens. Right, we're back. Jarijla is interested in talking to us. He's doubting the negotiation terms because there's more appealing offers out there. He wants to be a squad player, which is great, and he will learn Sesotho. That is fine. You can do that. He wants 90,000 rand a month. I mean, he's good, but the most I can offer is 60. I mean, if I can get him to like 48, doubt we'll be able to do any of the. I don't think he's going to take any of these. You know what? I'll add a relegation release clause and make it low. That's that one. Relegation release clause. Where's relegation release? We can't add it. Why can't we add a relegation release clause? Because he's only got a 12-month contract. That's why. You know what? We're reaching 30 games for the club. Increased to 52,000. Yeah, we're not even near in the ballpark. About 1.8 million for 48. And then I mean, if we add a minimum release clause of say 1.5 million. I mean, he's taking that, but that's that worth it? I think it might be worth it. Getting 1.8, it's worth it. Worth it. We've got to spend the money, and he's a really good player. I think he's good. At 19 years old, he is good. We're going to smash the record budgets. Oh, man. I can't believe I just did that, but we negotiated 48,000. We make him the highest earner. We'll make him the big highest earner. We did receive a lot of money. The season tick over date has just happened as well. So let's see where we will be placed with regards to season preview. Here we go. The offer's made. I've made an offer for us a member. We're not making an offer there. Let's look at the season preview. Where do we do that again? We do it here. We click season preview. They're putting us at the bottom, 1,000 to 1, just above Orbit College, who also made it through, by the way. They won their playoff. So 1,000 to 1, that's where we're at. The Dream 11 is basically all Sundowns players, which was that's always going to be a thing. We don't have anything. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're at. We can have a look at the squad. You can see if he is going to be the highest earner. He's going to be the highest earner by quite a bit. Mashallah was 35,000. Who signed in now. The other guys were mostly around the 20,000. A huge increase. A massive increase. This is how the squad looks, by the way. We don't have many options at the moment. We are still waiting for those other guys, the 4 of them, to decide. We come in, that takes us from 18 to 22 and still space for maybe another 2 or 3 players. Can we look at the rules now? Registration rules, first team rules? I'll go to the fixtures. We should have our fixture list. Oh, great. We played Sundowns in our first game in the PSL. That's fantastic. Under 21 players are automatically eligible to play in all matches. Only players are registered for competition may play. So it doesn't say anything about we have to have at least 5 under 23. So that's good. Okay, well, we've got our first game of the season. We've got Sundowns, the Premiership legends. I think they're the current champions as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. In fact, how many times have they won this competition? How do we check the history? Past winners, there we go. Yeah, you can see since 2017, it's been Sundowns all the way. So that's who our first game is, which is fun. But we'll be back with some more transfer news when we get it. Right, so we have some offers still on the table. We're waiting for work permit for Liturum Jarilja. We then have 2 other players we're talking to. One is Moyo Para here, a left winger who's very, very good and should not be talking to us and only wants 10,000 Rand a month. So we can bring him in. That'll be absolutely fantastic. And last one, Marco Suto, a centre-back who is just, he's phenomenal. Jumping into 14, headering of 12. He will be a set-piece weapon to go alongside Malaki at the centre-back position. I know Nobo is a very good player and he will be in the team often. And then other news, Limpilio Nyema will be leaving the club, either going to Arab Contractors in... Right, guys, so we've ended the transfer special. Well, before we end the transfer, so we need to talk about our 4 potential signings. That's right, 4 potential signings. We'll go through them. The Turum Jarilja, striker, 1,048,000 a week. Very good striker. Kind of want him. There's also Moy Para here, who's a left winger, 1.3 million, 10,000 a week. And then Marco Suto, who's 790,000, 32,000 a week, centre back from Croatia. And the 4th signing, which you guys don't know about, is Stefan Milic. 15 million Rand. That's what it's costing me in total. 6.25 up front and then a couple of add-ons, which will eventually get to 50 million. 50,000 a week. This man, just looking at these stats, I mean, there's a no-brainer. He is absolutely head and shoulders above every other centre-back that I have at the squad, and even ones that we're potentially signing. He is really, really good. 27 years of age. I mean, he would probably come in and be he'll probably be in the Dream 11 the way these stats look, in my opinion, anyway. So yeah, those are the 4 signings. The only problem is I can only sign 2 of these 4 players because we currently have 3 foreign players in Matakovic, Arayas, and Matsanovic. Those are 3 players that we need to do something about. So that is important for us. Which ones we sign, I'll leave you guys in suspense. That's all the time we have, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below, who should I sign? Should it be Milic? Should it be Sato? Should it be Para? Should it be Dilimic? Let me know who you think it is. For now, though, your boy the Vaslap is out of here. Leave a comment, subscribe, all that jazz. From me, peace and Greece.